Hi people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for your support, thank you for your love, thank you so much for everything. And please, if this is your first time, kindly help us by hitting on that red icon to subscribe, and also touch the notification bell to let all to be the first to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Then in today's class we shall be looking at how to make a very beautiful short gown. It's gonna be a S-shaped gown with facing. Okay, so I'll be using this Ankara fabric for the facing. Okay, so here I have my fabric folded into four. I folded into two, then I fold again, making it into four, and I have 1.5 inches here for our zipper allowance. Okay, I have 1.5 inch here. All right, so the length of the dress I'm making is 39 inches. I added 1 inch for my folding, making it 40 inches. Okay, so my measurement will be starting from this point. Okay, so here I have my line ruled out. Here is where my measurement will be starting from, which is our shoulder measurement. Here I have my half length, which is 16 inches, and I have my hip measurement. Okay, so from my waist I take my hip measurement, which is 9 inches. Okay, so the shoulder I'm working with is 15 inches divided by 2 to give us 7.5. Okay, so my measurement is starting from this part. All right, so here I will mark my 7.5 inches here. Now mark our 3 inches for our shoulder slope. Okay, all right, so here I will take down 1 inch for our shoulder slope. Okay, so here I will come down and take our armhole measurement. So the armhole I'm working with is 15 inches divided by 2 to give us 7.5. Okay, so here I will just make a straight line to connect it this way. Okay. Okay. So here I will take our bust measurements, and the bust I'm working with is 37 inches divided by 4 to give us 9.25. So here I will take my 9.25. So because this is a free dress, I'll be adding 2 inches for our ease, and I'll be adding 1.5 inches for allowance. The waist I'm working with is 32 inches. Divide by 4 to give us 8.25. Sorry, 33 inches. Divide by 4 to give us 8.25. So here is my 8.25. And I'll add extra 2 inches for ease. And here I will add, I will add 2.5 for ease. Okay, because I want it to be free. So I'll add 2.5 for ease, and I'll add 2 inches or 1.5 inch for our seam allowance. Okay, I added 2.5 inches here for allowance. Okay, and I added 1.5 inches for our seam allowance. Okay, the hip I'm working with is 42 inches. Divide by 4 to give us 10.5. So I'll add extra 2.5 inches here. Then I'll add 1.5. Okay. Okay, for our hip we have 10.5. Okay, then I added 2.5 inches, and I added extra 1.5 for our seam allowance. So altogether we have 14.5 inches at our hip line. So coming down to the hemline, we will take back that 14.5 inches. Okay, so here I will mark my 14.5 inches, which is here. Okay, so here I will go ahead now and connect my lines, then I'll cut it. Okay, I will just connect. Okay, from here I will connect it to this point. Okay, and here I will connect it to the bust. Okay, so after this, so just make sure I remove all the sharpness of it. Okay, all right. So coming back here, we will take our measurements, our armhole curve. Okay, so here we have 7.5. So finding the midpoint, we have 3.75, which is here. Okay, all right. So for the front part, at this midpoint now, I will come out by 0.5. Okay, here. So I'll come out here by 0.5. Then I'll come in this way by 1.5. Okay, all right. So from here now, I will connect to this 0.5. Okay, hope you are seeing what I'm doing. I will connect to this 0.5 and I will connect it to this. Okay, this way to this 1.5 to the 0.5 and I'll connect it to my shoulder. Okay, so this now is for our front cutting. So for the back, I will just come out here by 1 inch. Okay, so from this point now, I'll just connect it this way to meet my bust measurement. So this one now is for the back. This one, I just come out by 1 inch inside this way, then I connect it to my armhole measurement, and from there I connect it to my bust measurement. So I'll just go ahead now and mark our neckline. Okay, so for the neck width, I'll be making use of 3.5. Okay, sorry, I'll be making use of 3 inches. Then for our neck depth, I'll be making use of 4.5 for the front, and for the back I'll be using 1.5. Okay, then for this our dress, remember it's going to be having a facing and also a slit at the front part. So my slit will be 8 inches, so I'll just mark my 8 inches. Okay, all right. So what I will do now is to connect those 3 inches. Now I'll connect it to this 1.5 for the back. Okay, then I'll connect it again to this 4.5. Okay, so I'll just go ahead now and cut this out. Okay, so I'll first of all cut out the back. Okay, so I'll just separate it, removing the back piece. cut out here. Okay. Okay, so remember we marked 8 inches here where our slit will stop. So what I would do is just go ahead and open up the slit this way. Okay, reaching at that 8, I will stop. Okay, so here is where we marked. So reaching here, I will stop. So I have this. Okay, so what I will do now is just go ahead and use this, okay, to cut out my lining. But before then, let's cut out our facing. Okay, what I will do is to bring the fabric that I want to use to be doing the facing with. I will fold it into 2. Okay, so let this folded parts face this folded parts of my fabric. Okay, so I'll just place it on top this way. All right, the next thing to do now is to sketch out this my neckline. Okay, so I'll sketch out this my neckline. Okay, so here I will determine where I want it to start. So I want it to start this way here. Okay, so I'll just sketch this part to meet this my neckline. Okay, so next thing to do is to determine where you want your facing to end. Okay, so I want it to be so big. So here is okay for me. Okay, remember here that we mark our slit is our 8 inches. Okay, all right, so okay, so I have 15 inches here. Okay, so what I would do is to just remove those. Okay, so here you can do any design of your choice. All right, so here I'll just do a straight something this way. Okay, so you can decide to make star, you can decide to just design anything you like for your facing, but I think this is just okay. I just want it to be just free. Okay, all right, so I'll just go ahead now and cut this out, and I'll cut another one, making it to for the turning. Okay. All right, so this is our facing. Okay, so as you can see, I've not opened up this place yet. I will do that after joining it. So what I will do now is to cut another fabric like this. Okay, I'll just cut a lining and line it up. Then after that, I'll just line it this way. I will line it this sewing like this. Okay, then I'll turn it up, then I'll close up this part. So when I close up here, I will place it at this place. Okay, all right, so I'll place it this way. Okay, I'll just make sure that the center part matches with the center part of this dress. So I'll go ahead and sew it up. So what I will do is to sew up this neckline. When I sew like this, I'll come down this way. Okay, sew up here and go this way. Okay, I'll be stitching it at the back of this dress, so that after that I will flip it out to the front part. Okay, or since I'm cutting a lining for this, I will just stitch it at the front part of the dress. Okay, I think this is my front part. Okay, this is my front part, so I will just place it this way and I will stitch it up, okay, like this. Then after that I will now open up this facing, okay. Then I will use my lining to turn it out. But if you are not making use of a lining, you just sew at the back, then turn it to the front and stitch it firm to the material, okay. All right, so for the sleeve, I've cut out my sleeve, and as you can see, it's very short. I have like 6 inches for the length, okay. So what I would do is to cut out this fabric, okay, and use it to complete my length to about 8 inches, okay. So I'll just cut out the straight of this fabric, making it double. I'll cut it double, of course. All right, so I'll use it to tape this. I'll just measure the length of this, use it and cut out this one, and I will join it, okay, so that the sleeve will be 8 inches. All right, so if you have not watched me cut a sleeve, or you are still battling on how to cut a sleeve, I'll be dropping the link at the description part, so you can just click on it and watch how to cut your perfect pencil sleeve, and of course your circle sleeve. All right, so I'll just go ahead now, cut out my lining and do the needful, okay. Then I'll come back and show you what we have. Okay, so as you can see, I've carefully attached my facing to the front of my dress, right, and I've also gone ahead to join the 2 shoulders, the back and the front. So after attaching this to the front part, I turn it out with my lining, okay. Then I joined my back, the 2 back piece together, and attach my zip, okay. So after that, I turned it out here from the armhole, then I close it up. So the next thing to do now is to attach my sleeve, okay, and I will use the body measurement to shape it down. All right, so here is the sleeve. I told you earlier that the length is not up to what I want, so I'll be attaching this other fabric to get up the length that I want, okay. So here, look at what I did. Here, after sewing this up, as you can see, I did not turn anywhere, okay. So I just sewed it up using the right face, okay. Then, so what I will do is to get this other fabric, fix it this way, okay. Then I will stitch it up using like 0.25, okay. So I will stitch it straight like this, then I will turn it to the back this way, and I will do the same to the back, after which I will get something like this, okay. So I'll just do that to this other one, and I'll attach it to my dress, and I will use the body measurement and close it up, and that will be all. So thank you so much, keep watching. Thank you so much, and please, if this is your first time, don't go without subscribing, okay, and also hit that bell to get yourself notified whenever I upload a new video. See you in my next class. Love you. Bye.